I'm not afraid to talk about Jesus any place, anytime, anywhere. If I lose my job, Jesus told me to talk about it on the job, and I lose my job, good. Then I'll see what Jesus got for me. Okay. Now, I said, if Jesus said it, I don't say you go in tomorrow and say, Pastor Sal said, I'm talking about Jesus. That's not what I said. I said, if God puts you on a path to talk to somebody about something, like he did with my uncle and aunt, setting it up for what was going to come years later, I did it, and it worked out well. So that's where the relationship with God comes in, because he won't tell you anything that's going to harm you or your friends, okay? Make sure what you do is in God, okay? But we will, when we step out of the norm of the world, we will be persecuted by the Lord. But the next verse says, rejoice and be exceedingly glad. When you are persecuted, when you are reviled, verse 12, rejoice and be exceedingly glad. Why? For great is your reward in heaven. If you didn't know about rewards in heaven, you know now. They're there. And God said, you can't even imagine what I have prepared for those who love me and are called according to my purposes. We can't even imagine what God has for us. And on top of that, there's rewards for what we do. For so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. So I know they persecuted the prophets. They persecuted Jesus. Why am I going to be let off the hook? So every once in a while, when I'm preaching the gospel, it doesn't go so well. Sometimes I get a salvation. Sometimes I get a water baptism. Sometimes I get thank you. Sometimes I get just the opposite. It goes with the territory, okay, of being a Christian. Not afraid of it, not worried about it. Verse 13, you are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned?